Right across this great nation of ours, people are grumbling about the weather, the long, dreary commute, and please, don't even get us started on the economy.
Ever dream of just getting away from it all?
Well, now you can. Yep, forget the spray tan. A life in the sun awaits, in a country that offers sand, surf and opportunity, not to mention an economy and a property market that are absolutely booming.
Welcome to Australia!
In this series, I'm doing whatever it takes in order to get 6 British families the house and the life they've always dreamed of.
This is the way to go house hunting.
I'll also meet the Brits who are already down under and discover their secrets of success.
Australians are really keen on giving something a go, getting stuck in. It's that Aussie pioneering spirit.
And I'll tell you how a move halfway around the world could rock your lifestyle.
Oh! Hey!
And your pay packet.
I do 3 days a week here, and I'm paid probably equivalent to what I was being paid working full-time in the UK.
So stay right here for the ultimate guide to rethinking your life and moving to a land down under.
This is going to be edge of the seat stuff.
Tonight, I'm in the capital of South Australia, Adelaide, helping a Coventry couple who can't agree on whether to plump for city or beach.
I come in here and I think, I could live here.
She doesn't look as though she's gone.
But could the children have the last word?
Kids are taking over!
I meet the extended British family who've made the move en masse.
Welcome to our barbecue film.
All 23 of them. And I head out back with one plucky Brit in search of Australia's weird and wonderful wildlife. It's not all cute and cuddly koalas, you know. The vastness and beauty of Australia got its hooks into me as a 20-year-old backpacker, and now I have even more reasons to keep coming back. My wife Fiona is a born and bred Aussie, and we fly south every winter with our 2 boys to get an annual fix of the famous laid-back lifestyle.
It's the simple things that really count out here. Spending time with your family and friends. Having a cup of coffee outside, listening to the birds song before you start work in the morning.
We dream of one day buying a house here ourselves, so I always keep a keen eye on the ups and downs of the Aussie property market. And I'm putting that inside knowledge to good use, helping British families make the move down under.
This week I'm in family-friendly Adelaide with a budget of £310,000 to find the best of both city and surf.
Coventry couple Lisa and Jason Dancer were fed up with family life in the UK. So with their 4 young kids, they've taken a huge leap into the unknown and up sticks to the other side of the world.
I saw something in the local paper that got an advert for an exhibition on different countries to emigrate to. We'd never been to Australia before, didn't know anybody, didn't have a job, didn't have a house.
We thought Australia would be a much better place to bring the children up. Quite a few of our friends thought we were crazy coming out with the kids in tow and nowhere to live, but we just decided to go for it.
Back in the UK, Lisa worked nights in a call centre to help make ends meet. But since coming to Oz, she's been able to give up work to concentrate on being a full-time mum.
We didn't have much family time together. I would work during the week, Lisa would work at the weekends. And so while the children were always with one of us, it wasn't really that much as a family, which we've managed to get here, which is good.
The dancers have ignored the bright lights of Sydney and Melbourne and plumped for family-friendly Adelaide. With the beach in the west and the hills in the east, the city's blessed with a balmy Mediterranean climate. And if, like me, you're rather partial to a nice glass of Shiraz, you'll be right at home. Over half the country's wine is produced here.
Adelaide is known as Australia's fruit and veggie basket, and coming here, not difficult to see why. There is fantastic produce that's all grown locally, all come out of the Adelaide Hills.
And when it comes to finding a property, you'll be spoilt for choice. If cool cafes and bars are your thing, my advice, head for up-and-coming Mawson Lakes. There's plenty of character on offer in the model suburb of Colonel Light Gardens, one of Australia's few heritage conservation areas. And if million-dollar mansions are more up your street, there's always exclusive suburbs like Unley Park and Springfield. But the best bit, all of this is within half an hour's commute of the city centre.
I've always loved the fact that the city, where everybody goes to work, is a kilometre square. It's surrounded on all four sides by parks, green space. That makes it practically unique in the world. It's certainly a great place to come and work.
And that was another attraction for today's house hunters. Jason's accountancy background was the dancer family's golden ticket to their new life down under. Within just a week of touching down in Adelaide, he'd landed a job in the city, while Lisa was busy finding a 3-bed house to rent and settling in the kids. But a few months into their Aussie adventure, Jason and Lisa are desperate to find their forever home and put down some roots. Shame then they can't agree on which part of Adelaide they'd want to live.
I'd really like to be by the sea.
I'd rather be by the city. We're only half an hour potentially from the beach wherever we are, so it's better than what we used to have in England.
Yeah, it's not the same as getting up every day and going for a walk, though.
Well, looks like they're both pretty determined to get their way. They've already viewed 20 properties and still haven't managed to find an area that they're both happy with. It's going to make my job interesting.
I sense there's been quite a bit of debate between the two of you about area. Commute's very important, Jason.
Yeah, but I think I was perhaps lucky in my previous job that I was just 15 minutes bike ride from where I live to work. But ideally, I'd like to be able to get back on my bike.
And Lisa, tell me about your thoughts of being close to the sea.
I just feel that, you know, you can sort of almost put a nice house in any suburb, but what does that give us different, apart from the weather, that we had it back in the UK?
Well, someone's going to have to compromise. So I've identified 2 areas for them to concentrate the search in. Windsor Gardens in the eastern suburbs gives great access to the central business district where Jason works, and decent value for money. The downside is the 40-minute drive to the beach. No such problem in the coastal suburb of Hallett Cove, 15 miles south of the city. I'm confident Lisa's going to love it here, but only if she can persuade Jason to take on a longer commute. But whichever part of Adelaide they go for, one thing they can agree on: their maximum budget of £310,000, or $500,000 Aussie dollars, has to stretch to a minimum of 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a family-friendly layout, and a generous-sized garden for the kids. Oh, and one more thing, the lease is up on their rental house in just 8 weeks' time. No pressure here, then.
It's a tough one. This search is about balancing the must-haves and the would-likes. She would love to live by the sea. He would love a short commute. But they've got 4 children and they've got an 8-week deadline to cope with. So something's got to give.
This is shaping up to be one tough house hunt. Lisa wants the perfect home in the perfect family-friendly location. But Jason doesn't want to miss out on time with the kids, so he's holding out for an easy commute. I've decided to take them straight off to the eastern suburb of Windsor Gardens. With plenty of great schools nearby, it's an up-and-coming family area, and the fantastic O-Bahn guided busway system means the city centre is just a 10-minute commute away. Just a shame the sun's not decided to shine.
And this is what we're coming to see. This is a bit of a Jason house to start with, because of the commute.
Yep. Good.
It's a 2-minute walk to get on the O-Bahn,
Okay.
which is then 10 minutes into town.
Yep. I like the sound of that.
Or you can actually bicycle straight into town, all the way along the river, 40 minutes straight along the river.
Yeah, no, I like the sound of that. Certainly the O-Bahn, bike ride, getting on a bit now, so I've got to see whether 40 minutes is can be managed or not.
But of course, the flip side is that we're further from the sea.
It'd have to really wow me to make me think about it.
Not quite the start I was hoping for, and now Lisa's added wow factor to the wish list. But I think this place is a great practical option, with 4 beds, 2 baths, large living areas, and plenty of space for the nippers to run around outside. At offers between $480,000 and $520,000, that's $295,000 to £320,000, it is at the top end of their budget. But the British owners are desperate to move, so I think there's a deal to be done.
Fairly traditionally Australian layout, with the master bedroom at the front and a really lovely open plan family room at the back.
Yeah, it feels nice. I'm still torn a bit because we're a bit far from the water.
I come in here and I think I could live here, which is always Good feeling to have.
She doesn't look as though she's got...
Just put the beach next to it and she'll be there.
Jason, unfortunately, that's beyond even my powers. But I think if the kids enjoy the garden, they won't be quite as bothered by the beach.
The kids are desperate for a trampoline because they had that back in England.
Okay.
If we can stick that in a corner, they'll bounce all day long.
So Jason's confident the children will love it.
The kids' wing is here.
But he's still got his work cut out convincing Lisa.
But in terms of what the house gives us, I think that it gives us everything we're looking for.
I don't know. I don't know what I really feel, to be honest.
Because if you're happy, I'm happy.
I'm not sure she is, Jason.
I'm still not convinced. No.
Of the house or the location?
Location, I think.
So house number one's a fail. Lisa's not going to give up that easily on her dream of getting somewhere by the beach.
Well, they've been looking for 6 months, and I think I can see why.
Coming up, Lisa's getting even harder to please.
Ideally, if we could have 1 extra bedroom.
It drives a half dog.
We take a captain cook at Adelaide's most eco-friendly homes, and I'm in the outback, meeting a Brit who's made the move down under, but the wildlife's proving elusive. If you love sun and surf, Australia really does tick all the boxes. But it's not just cold beer and hot bodies that make this country great. There are vibrant cities, lots of cool culture and cutting-edge architecture. For the 25,000 Brits who move here every year, buying a house is one of their biggest challenges. So that's where I come in. My wife Fiona and I have always dreamed of owning our own bit of Aussie heaven, so I know the ins and outs of the property market like the back of my hand. And I'm going to use that knowledge to come to the rescue of house-hunting Brits.
I'm in Adelaide, searching for a family desperate to find their first Aussie home, but struggling to see eye to eye.
Coventry couple Lisa and Jason can't agree on which part of Adelaide to put down their Aussie roots.
We're looking for the perfect dream home that we want to wow us, you know, and I think that's what I'm looking for, and I think, you know, until I see that, I'm not going to be entirely happy.
As well as finding fellow pommies their perfect pads.
I feel quite sort of fluttery.
Fluttery is a
sensational.
good feeling. I like that expression.
Yeah.
Across the series, I'm meeting the Brits who've made a success of their careers down under.
I do 3 days a week here, and I'm paid probably equivalent to what I'm being paid working full-time in the UK.
With Adelaide historically suffering a brain drain to Sydney and Melbourne, South Australia's crying out for Brits with the right qualifications. However, just remember, once you've moved here, you have to spend at least 2 years living in the state before being allowed to work elsewhere in Australia. Liz Campbell's an environmental research scientist who's lucky enough to have a profession in demand, and she's landed her dream job at Adelaide Zoo. Originally from my home patch in Kent, as soon as she finished her PhD, she couldn't wait to emigrate with her scientist husband.
I have to pinch myself sometimes when I think about the job I've got out here, because it's definitely something that I wouldn't have been able to do in the UK.
Australia's got some of the world's weirdest wildlife, and there's still huge gaps in what scientists know about the eating and breeding habits of many native species, so it's an exciting place for Liz to come and work. Her job is a long way from 9 to 5, and she's invited me to come and meet her deep in the South Australian bush to find out exactly what being an environmental researcher involves. At the moment, I'm completely in the dark.
Wow. I've driven 2 hours outside of Adelaide to the middle of nowhere. Been asked to join a team. The word wombats has been mentioned, and I don't know an awful lot more than that. It should be fun. Liz, I'm Phil.
Hi Phil, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So what on earth is going on here?
So tonight we're going to be involved in a research project, and we're going out to catch some wombats.
Catching them?
Yes, we're catching them, yes.
Just like their kangaroo cousins, wombats are marsupials, which means they carry their young in a pouch. Let's just hope they don't move as fast.
I'm hoping that you're a good runner.
Are wombats good runners?
Wombats are very good runners.
Do they have teeth?
Yeah. Yeah, mauls whoever's in the way. You'll be fine, you'll have fun. And you can see what it's like to be a researcher in Australia.
And it's all in a good cause. The drought of the last few years that's led to some of Australia's worst ever bushfires means the southern hairy-nosed wombat population is under threat. Liz and her colleagues' task is to monitor their health and their numbers. But first, we've got to catch some.
Nice going. He's on the
He's gone, Phil.
Close but no cigar.
Close but no cigar.
We're not having much luck.
Go under the spotlight.
I thought house hunting was hard work. Take it from me, a wombat hunting's a lot tougher. But it's not long before I'm up to speed. Oh,
Great job, well done.
and bingo, I've got my first wombat.
Well, I'm kind of relieved it was a small wombat for my first real wild one rather than a massive thing.
This fella might look cute and cuddly,
Oh, he's strong.
but even a tiddler's over 10 kilos of pure muscle. And I'm keeping my fingers well away from those vicious-looking front teeth.
And you can drop him in. Yeah, that's it. Got him.
All right. Here we go.
So that's one in the bag. Now we just need to catch a couple more.
Fantastic, well done. Right next to his burrow. Excellent job. Right down. Well done, you're a pass.
Good, excellent.
That's a ute later wombat.
Wombat muster over, it's back to base. Once this fella's been sedated, it's safe to let him out of the bag. As part of Liz's research, the team need to assess his condition.
But it's good fun.
It is great
You
fun.
obviously enjoy it. You
I love it. I love coming out wombat catching. It's quite a unique experience. It's not something that everyone gets to do.
No. How does it compare to what you might have been doing at home?
So I think it's probably more fun than I was doing back home. Also, there's much more money in it. I'm getting paid much more doing this sort of thing in Australia than I would be in the UK.
A typical salary in Australia for an environmental researcher like Liz is around £72,000 a year, over double what she could expect to make back in Blighty. But if wombats aren't your thing, there are loads of other similar jobs you can do out here. Laboratory workers are paid an average of £45,000. An agricultural scientist can expect to earn over £32,000 a year. And if you're more of a hands-on type, a forester can expect to pocket something around £38,000. But of course for Liz, the ultimate job satisfaction is knowing she's helping to preserve one of Australia's best-loved animals.
Well, this little sleepy fellow, how long is he going to be asleep for?
He'll be asleep for at least as long as we need to process him, and then we'll put him back in his sack and then we'll sleep it off overnight until tomorrow.
Well, I've loved it. It's been a terrific experience. It is 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'm knackered. But it's been just brilliant to come and see what they do here. This is what Liz does for a living. This is what she moved out to Australia to do. It's very positive for the wombat population. She loves it. What a terrific way of making a living. Brilliant.
For more information on emigrating to Australia and the jobs in demand, visit the Channel 4 website, channel4.com/4homes. Back to our property search. Jason wants a house close to the city for an easy commute, while stay-at-home mum Lisa is desperate to get a dream family home by the beach. She's already said no to my first option in Windsor Gardens.
I'm still not convinced. No.
Of the house or the location?
Location, I think.
Trying to get these two to agree on an area is going to be tough, unless I can somehow blow Jason away with a beachside location. So I'm taking them down the coast to the stunning seaside suburb of Hallett Cove. The house I brought them to see is a classic suburban Aussie bungalow, a mere 5 minutes from the beach, but it's a 15-minute walk plus a half-an-hour train journey to Jason's office. Lisa's not backing down on location, so if Jason's not prepared to, I'm going to be back at square one.
Well, this is very much a Lisa house, given where we are in Hallett Cove, and the fact that from up here you can see the sea.
Hey!
This is fresh on the market. We're the first to see it.
Okay.
So it really is brand spanking new. It's close to sea. It's affordable given the space that you're looking for. Quick thoughts on the outside?
I think it looks tidy.
Yeah, it does. Looks pretty.
Come on then. Let's see what happens inside.
This is more promising. It's good to see Jason's keeping an open mind, and the price is tidy as well. At offers between $430,000 and $460,000, or $265,000 and £285,000, this house is comfortably under their $310,000 budget, and it's got the 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms they've asked me for. if Lisa's prepared to give a bit on space.
There is the same number of rooms
Right.
as the house we've been to, but the living rooms are smaller. Slightly different room arrangement, but main living room leads through into sort of family kitchen. Room for dining tables in both of the rooms.
Yeah.
With less than 8 weeks till they have to move, these two need to start singing from the same hymn sheet.
The owners of this house have committed to go. They bought something else.
Okay.
So they are looking for a speedy completion.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
And they priced it to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what your initial thoughts are.
My initial thoughts were I didn't like it as much as the one that we'd seen this morning, except for when you mentioned the price there. That's the compromise.
Whereas I probably like it more because of the location.
Oh, yeah. With having to move out the rental and that deadline getting closer,
Okay.
perhaps that makes us now think, stop being so picky.
Yeah.
Let's go with something that gives us what we want and put our stamp on it.
Struth! Jason seems keen. That's a turn up for the books. This was supposed to be a Lisa house. But Jason didn't get where he is today without knowing his sums. And with the place needing work, they've got to add up.
Does need new bathrooms, needs new carpets throughout, which gives you a chance to put your own mark on things, but in the same breath is time, and do we want to be doing that?
I'm forever the accountant thinking about the money.
Of course.
I knew it was too good to be true.
As much as my heart says that I want to say I love it, and yes, we don't need to look any further.
That's because you want an easy life.
Oh, there is that. But I'm trying to be positive because I know that
negatives,
she
doesn't
loves
it?
Hallett Cove.
never asked.
Yeah, I know, sorry.
Taking us up.
I know. Well, I'm conscious how much Lisa does like Hallett Cove. You know, I suppose
Lisa,
I'm feeling the pressure a little bit.
And in terms of the area, we really need to move things forward. Jason, are you happy looking in this area? Would your...
Yeah, I would. I'd like to be nearer the city, but
Yeah.
a 30-minute journey on the train isn't the end of the world.
It's not if wife and 4 children are happy. Arguably, there's 5 of them and 1 of you.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Well, someone had to compromise, and after months of failing to agree on where to live, Jason's backed down and decided to go the extra mile for his family. Search area sorted, now I can concentrate on getting them the right property. The beach house we've just looked at was more than £25,000 under budget, so my strategy is to wow them with my second Hallett Cove house. They wanted more family space, so that's what I've found. It's nearer the station for Jason, and Lisa gets a sea view. Everyone, as they say, is a winner.
Well, I couldn't get you much closer to the sea. It's as good as I could do.
That's fantastic. That's stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Reasonable start to the day, and you come out of the house and look out to the ocean.
That's beautiful.
It's also very good news being where we are because we're 2 minutes to the
Yeah.
train.
Right, okay.
So your commute is actually shortened,
Yeah.
even though we're closer to the beach.
There you go. Happy all round.
Sold.
Well, first impressions count for a lot, so all good so far. But I need to remind them the clock is ticking.
We do have to get serious now. I need to find good houses. You need to make decisions. We all need to pull our fingers out because you've got to move out in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Like it or not, something's got to change.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do have to move things forward as quick as we can. One way go.
Okay.
Fingers crossed this could be the dream family home Lisa's been holding out for.
Now you'll start to get a bit familiar with the layout now. Master bedroom as we come in. Family living space.
Lovely.
The kids' bedrooms are a good size as well as being nice and bright. But has it got the wow factor Lisa's after?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was a wow there.
There was.
It just has that feeling,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Lovely.
Beautiful.
I think this is what the Australians do best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this contemporary, open, big family living space that looks out onto the patio and the covered eating area.
Yeah.
It works. Its price, they've given us a price range. Doesn't always make life easy, but 495 to 535.
Right, okay.
That's between 305 and 330,000 British pounds. but it's only attracted a handful of viewings, so I'm confident of getting it for them without going too far over their £310,000 budget.
See, at night you can stick me out the front in a chair with a cold glass of something. I'll just sit and watch the sea.
At last, I found somewhere Lisa can picture herself living, and not before time.
In the past, you've been able to look at houses. Yeah, I quite like that, but there's another one next week, there'll be another couple the week after. But now, there isn't.
Yeah.
Simply because of the time constraints that you're under. So the pressure's on a little bit.
I think it's crunch time myself, really, is if we rent for another 6 months, if that's something we had to consider, we're no better off than what we are now, and the sooner that we can all settle down, the better, really.
I couldn't agree more, and hopefully Lisa and Jason will be excited with the prospect of getting a slice of the great Aussie outdoors backing onto the bottom of the garden.
We've got down to that fence post, so it'd be a case of, you know, extending that, building it up, and having a bigger garden.
That would make a huge difference. So what do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I think it's done nicely inside to the style of finish that we're looking for, and I think also, you know, the commute's not that far either, 2 minutes up the road to the train station, so that's an added bonus.
And would you be happy with that, still getting the train in from here?
Yeah, that doesn't bother me.
Oh, good.
What about you?
Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And it's my favourite place.
Don't get too excited.
Too late.
There's a few smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Even off him, look.
So?
Best one out of the three.
Yeah.
So far.
Definitely.
Got the wow factor.
From the view.
Yeah.
What would you give it out of 10?
Go on.
About 9.
Oh, blimey, really?
Result. Looks like we got a contender. What more could Lisa possibly ask for?
Ideally, although that one's lovely, we could have one extra bedroom and perhaps a bit lower price.
It drives a hard dog.
Doesn't want much now.
And 9 out of 10's going to be hard to beat, so this place is still in the running. Coming up, Lisa and Jason might be getting what they want.
Good enough.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling it's the children who are going to be making the final decision.
He got taken over!
Mum's making plans for more.
She wants number 5.
He knows that.
And I meet a British couple who, instead of pining for family back home, brought them with them, including the grandparents. I'm in Adelaide, South Australia, doing what I do best, helping house hunters find their dream home. Lisa and Jason Dancer from Coventry have been at loggerheads over which part of Adelaide to settle the kids in. He wanted city, she wanted beach, but Jason's finally given in. I've shown them 2 houses in the coastal suburb of Hallett Cove. The last one got an impressive 9 out of 10, so it's a definite contender, but Lisa's still looking for a bit more space.
We could have one extra bedroom and perhaps a bit lower price.
It drives a hard dog.
But with the rental lease on their current Adelaide home coming to an end in less than 8 weeks, they're running out of time. So I've decided to take a bit of a gamble, and I brought them a couple of miles inland from the beach to try and find a bit more for their money.
At the end of the day yesterday, very positive actually that viewing was, wasn't it?
It was,
There was a wow, and there was a you'd have to work hard to beat this. In actual fact, thinking back, what you said was it would need to be cheaper and it would need to have 5 bedrooms if it was to beat that house.
Yes.
Ta-da! This is 5 bedrooms. In fact, arguably you could call it 6 because it's got a playroom as well.
Oh, fantastic. I think it looks nice, actually, from the outside.
It's much smarter than the other street.
Yeah.
Although, of course, further from the sea.
Yeah. Compromise.
It's learning.
We'll see.
It's learning. Easy to say, harder to do.
Well, there is that.
He's been browbeaten.
Come on, then.
But the one compromise they won't have to make is space. This place has got nearly 3,000 square feet, double the size of their old house in Coventry. And it offers between $460,000 and $490,000, or in old money, $285,000 and £303,000. I've pulled a real bargain out of the hat.
That's the first living room, sort of long, thin, with a dining room at the end.
OK.
But it's one of several.
Space, yeah.
Because here's the next one.
Oh, yeah. That's a wow.
That's the wow box tick then.
The kitchen. You might want to spend a bit of money smartening it up, but it's all there.
It's usable.
It's got everything it needs, hasn't it? Yeah.
We get the morning sun in that room.
Yeah.
Afternoon sun in here and in the garden.
Yeah.
It's sort of north-northwest facing.
And that's the way you want to be facing here. Down under, things are upside down, so the sun's in the north. So far, Lisa and Jason are both liking the house, but these two are perfectly capable of changing their minds, so I better find out if they really are prepared to come that little bit inland to get the extra space.
It struck me about the house that you liked yesterday, which was nice and close to the sea for Lisa, and nice and close to transport for you, Jason. Yeah. And as a result, it was more money.
Yeah.
This, further away from the sea, further away from transport, less money, and it's bigger.
Yeah.
That's still manageable, though, isn't it?
Do like
could
the
be a
position.
compromise, yeah.
Because the space is the important thing, isn't it?
And the price for you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, price is important, but I don't know, I just get a different sort of feeling. And close proximity to the shops.
And the school.
Yes, you can walk to the school from here.
Yeah.
Definitely. But it gets better. This way. OK, let's count these off. One big one. Family bathroom. Utility room. Second big bedroom. Bed 3. Bed 4. Bed 5. Office room and, would you believe it, another room.
Wow.
What more could you ask for?
Happy children.
Yeah.
Playroom.
Yeah.
Doors out into the garden.
Yeah. Very good.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. More than, I think. More than.
Happy days. That's another house in the running.
Built-in wardrobes.
Always handy. Double bed as well. I do like this space. I like the colours and everything in here.
I like this room.
I like this house.
Yeah. What about not having your sea view?
I think that might be the compromise I've got to make. It's not just you.
I feel like we're on the home straight now. Two really solid contenders, but it's not about me and what I think. They're practical people. They've got practical issues, and they need to resolve it one way or the other. They have to make a decision. Come on out into the sort of second or third dining room, I think this is.
Got a good feeling. Like the space that it offers us at the right sort of price.
Yeah.
Like this sort of thing as well, so the kids can play outside if it's raining, undercover area.
I think there's an awful lot you could do with this, because you can spread out. Everybody can have their own bedroom. That counts for quite a bit.
It does, yeah. Because
Yeah,
I know
but
two of the girls were happy to share, but
Yeah.
I was always hesitant about it, and I think if they had their own space, it'd be
She
brilliant.
wants number 5.
He knows that.
No.
We'll have to get an extra bed and get you two apart.
Well,
Yeah.
here.
Is that shed for you?
Well, Lisa normally gets her way, but for the time being, these two have got the more pressing decision of whether they want to make an offer on either of the last two houses. Lisa and Jason were attracted to Adelaide because its climate is more comfortable than many parts of the country. But summer temperatures can still top 30 degrees here for what seems like weeks on end, and it gets surprisingly cool in winter. Australian houses can be very expensive to run and not very eco-friendly. The South Australian government has recognised the problem and is putting sustainable development firmly on the agenda. Their pioneering legislation means that all new houses have to be energy efficient. Going green is no longer optional. As a result, developers like this eco-apartment village in downtown Adelaide are springing up using solar power, sustainable materials and organic design. The Adelaide area is also home to some of the country's most innovative ecological houses. De La Torre House in Kingarilla, 25 miles outside the city, has huge panoramic windows which trap heat from the sun in winter, while effective ventilation keeps the place cool in summer without the need for energy-hungry air conditioning. Another ecological feature is the sail-like roof, which siphons precious rainwater into storage tanks. It cost around £375,000 to build, including the cost of buying the 60-acre plot, but it's now worth around £700,000. And check out this beautiful bit of green architecture. The owners didn't want to knock down any of the indigenous stringy bark gum trees on their plot, so they came up with this unique tower design. Now that's a treehouse I reckon I could live in. Back with Jason and Lisa. Of the 4 houses I've shown them, the last one offered the best combination of space and family-friendly layout. Plus, it's got the bonus of an extra bedroom. They've decided to come back for a second viewing, but it's still got to get the stamp of approval from the most important members of the household.
Well, this is the one, gang. Chloe, what do you think?
I think it looks really big, so I can't wait to see the inside.
Yes.
May I open that door?
We can see if you can open the door.
Okay.
Go on then, you lead us.
Go on then, Evie.
Come on, gang.
If the kids don't like it, we'll have to start all over again, so fingers crossed.
This is going to be fun. There's plenty of room for you all. This is where maybe you can watch your programmes. Mummy and Daddy watch them next door.
Yeah! He's not taking over!
Well, I think that's a thumbs up, and with that extra 5th bedroom, everybody would get their own room.
All the bedrooms are down there. So why don't you go and have a look? There's plenty of them.
Now the kids just have to decide who would go where.
Who's having that one?
This is my territory.
Her territory. She's marking it first.
The children have given the place their seal of approval, but Lisa's a perfectionist, and naturally cautious Jason isn't going to part with a cent unless he's convinced this house can't be bettered for the money. So I'm going to wait and see if they're going to put in an offer or not. Lisa, Jason and the kids have settled in quickly to Aussie life, but moving to the other side of the world, away from family and friends, can be a huge issue. Unless you copy the Vassaloos. Originally from Milton Keynes, they've come up with perhaps the ultimate solution. They all moved here. 6 years ago, Ali came down under with panel beater husband Rob and hairdresser daughter Lauren to join 3 of her sisters who had already made the move. Rob was soon set up in a crash repair business with brother-in-law Steve. I wanted to discover the reality of life in Adelaide once you've settled in, so who better to come and meet over a few tinnies?
There's a lot of them in here, apparently. Anyway, it's BYO.
Welcome to our barbecue, Phil. Yeah.
Very nice to meet you.
Phil.
Hi, Ali.
Please to meet you.
Well, nice to be here. Goodness
Welcome.
me.
This is
There's
all
a
the
few of
family.
you.
There is.
This is the family gathering.
It is,
How many of
yeah.
you are there?
23?
23 of you. I can't quite get over this. All one big family. So there's no missing your family from England because they're all here.
There's a few left, but not too many.
Even Ali's mum and dad, Nick and Pat, were able to come here on a retirement visa, although the government have toughened up the rules now, and you have to have a retirement pot of around £450,000 to qualify. With all these mouths to feed, Rob better be a dab hand with the tongs.
Can a pommy handle a barbecue
Yeah.
that size?
Oh.
Can he drive it?
I've had this is a small one, actually.
Rob's had a few years of practice now.
Yeah.
He didn't do it in England, but he does do it here.
Okay. What does it take to make a success of a move and a lifestyle in Adelaide?
Nothing.
Good frame of mind.
Nothing. Well, I suppose that's...
Actually, yeah.
Doesn't take anything.
No,
It
not
just
really.
helps. It just helps.
Yeah,
It happens.
it's up to the individual. You either want it to work or you don't.
We came over with never the intention of going back, though, and I think that does help.
Okay. A tip for success is when you leave England, shut the door. Yeah. That's it.
It's a working
Really,
holiday.
yes.
It's tough. Tough to do,
yes.
but better in the long run.
Yes.
The whole family are discovering Australia really is a land of opportunity. They're not grafting as hard, but are earning more money than when back in the UK.
Well done.
It's just as well they're thriving, as the next generation of Vassaloos are half Australian.
Who's this?
Ella.
Ella, are you eating Mummy's jewellery? Aren't you pretty?
Australia was recently voted the 7th best place in the world to bring up children, so it's not surprising this is one big happy family that's staying put. If you're thinking of upping sticks and moving over, there's more information on the Channel 4 website, channel4.com/4homes.
They're having an absolute ball over here. They really are, all of them. The fact is, what they're saying is you don't need as much money to have a better lifestyle. And they're all working hard, and they've got a fantastic lifestyle.
Coming up, it's decision time.
Is it put the kibosh on the other one?
But with Jason watching every penny, can I get the deal done?
Here we go. Hi, Georgie. What news?
I'm in the South Australian capital, Adelaide, home to around 100,000 Brits, and I'm helping the Dancer family find their dream home with a budget of £310,000. We've managed to narrow the search down to the seaside suburb of Hallett Cove, and I wowed them with 2 fantastic houses. But the last one has an extra bedroom, so they brought the kids back to try it out for size, and it seems to be measuring up.
Well, this certainly feels and looks right for all of you. Lots of smiles. Has it put the kibosh on the other one?
Yeah. I think so. I think the practical side of things, with each of them having their own bedroom and the playroom, puts it into perspective as to the space which we do want and which we've got here, really.
Definitely.
So Lisa and Jason are happy that after months of searching, I've finally managed to find the perfect house to bring up the kids. Now the pressure's on me to get a good deal. The family have only got a few weeks till they have to move out of their rented place, so I'm looking to arrange a quick exchange and move-in date with the vendors. This could be possible, as I've heard that they're also in a hurry to move. The house is on the market for offers between $460,000 and $490,000. That's £284,000 to £302,000.
Jason, over to you with the money, I'm afraid. We know they're keen to go because they've found something, and the sooner the better, which is something you could offer them.
Yeah.
I'm told by the agent there is somebody else that would like it. They can't offer a short settlement. They've been told that they're not going to get a response to their offer until you guys have had a chance to do whatever you're going to do. In terms of the amount to offer, your position is something that we've got to maximise.
My natural reaction is to go lower, and you can always go higher.
I reckon they've got 475 on the table.
Yeah.
But I think your ability to get the deal done in the next 30 days is worth... What's it worth? 5, 10?
Yeah. 465.
So the offer's $465,000. That's 287,000 quid. If I can get it for them for that, we've come in over £20,000 under budget.
Georgie, hi, Phil Spencer. We've just been having a bit of a chat about what to do, and I'm pleased to say that they do want to make you an offer. They would settle within 30 days, and the offer is $465,000. Bye. She's going to ring him straight away.
All we can do now is wait. Thankfully, though, not for long.
Here we go. Hi, Georgie. That was quick work. What news? Even though they're offering the 30 days, he will not accept anything less than 475. But if you were to offer 475 with 30 days, he'd take it off the market and he'd do the deal right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth...
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's not worth messing about for...
Well, I don't think so, but...
Yeah, it's fine.
Go on.
Georgie, we've got a deal. Fantastic. 475, smiles all round, 30-day settlement. He's just sold his house and we've just bought one. That's fantastic.
£297,000 for a 5-bedroom house by the sea. What a result.
Cheers. Bye-bye. All right. Brilliant. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well
Thanks
done.
for everything.
Terrific. Terrific
Wonderful.
house.
What do you say to Phil?
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very welcome, all of you.
Just shake hands.
Brilliant. I'm delighted.
Okay.
Thank you.
That is terrific news. Sensational house, sensational deal, wonderful family, and they're going to be in the next 30 days, which is so what they wanted. 6 months they've been looking. Job's done.
And after having their offer accepted, Lisa and Jason didn't stand still.
Yes, it's 3 weeks, just 3 weeks, isn't it, since Phil left, and we're ready to move today. Can't believe how quick it's happened.
Yes, the Aussie buying process moves at lightning speed. It takes on average around 3 months to buy a home in the UK, but Lisa and Jason managed it in just 1.
Kids have been excited all day, haven't
Yeah.
they?
Open up the house! Open up the house!
But
Yeah.
we're in. We're in. That's the
Yeah.
main thing. So it's happened that quick.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Don't get that in England, that's for sure.
And with all 4 kids finally getting a room of their own, it should be happy days for the entire family, once they've sorted their rooms out.
They're happy to be in now and packing all their stuff, so if they're happy, we're happy, really. Now that we've got our own space, the kids will be more settled, which will mean we're more settled, and hopefully...
Lots of time at the beach.
Yeah.
I think we owe Phil a big thank you.
Yeah.
No need, Lisa. All part of the Spencer service. Next week, I'm in the Aussie capital.
Let me introduce you to Canberra.
I'll be helping a sports-mad family from Wales find a home that lives up to the Aussie dream.
This is why we've left Britain for a place like this.
But it's a house with a difference. I put my neck on the line as we have to go to auction.
Just gone up by $20,000.
Going, and sold.
And I'll find out the sky's the limit for Brits who make the move down under.
I have to say, you've got an office with the best view that I think I've ever seen.
Channel 4 is on the hunt for the next generation of disabled presenting talent. And not just to front the coverage of the London 2012 Paralympic Games, but for all of Channel 4's shows.
If you think you've got what it takes, there's more info at channel4.com/Paralympics. Best of luck.
Live with Jonathan Ross, so let's face it, anything could happen. The British Comedy Awards on 4 tomorrow night at 9. But back to tonight and getting you in the mood with the 50 funniest moments of 2010 next. Right across this great nation of ours, people are grumbling about the weather, the long, dreary commute, and please, don't even get us started on the economy.
Ever dream of just getting away from it all?
Well, now you can. Yep, forget the spray tan. A life in the sun awaits, in a country that offers sand, surf and opportunity, not to mention an economy and a property market that are absolutely booming.
Welcome to Australia!
In this series, I'm doing whatever it takes in order to get 6 British families the house and the life they've always dreamed of.
This is the way to go house hunting.
I'll also meet the Brits who are already down under and discover their secrets of success.
Australians are really keen on giving something a go, getting stuck in. It's that Aussie pioneering spirit.
And I'll tell you how a move halfway around the world could rock your lifestyle.
Oh! Hey!
And your pay packet.
I do 3 days a week here, and I'm paid probably equivalent to what I was being paid working full-time in the UK.
So stay right here for the ultimate guide to rethinking your life and moving to a land down under.
This is going to be edge of the seat stuff.
Tonight, I'm in the capital of South Australia, Adelaide, helping a Coventry couple who can't agree on whether to plump for city or beach.
I come in here and I think, I could live here.
She doesn't look as though she's gone.
But could the children have the last word?
Kids are taking over!
I meet the extended British family who've made the move en masse.
Welcome to our barbecue, Phil.
All 23 of them. And I head out back with one plucky Brit in search of Australia's weird and wonderful wildlife. It's not all cute and cuddly koalas, you know. The vastness and beauty of Australia got its hooks into me as a 20-year-old backpacker, and now I have even more reasons to keep coming back. My wife Fiona is a born and bred Aussie, and we fly south every winter with our 2 boys to get an annual fix of the famous laid-back lifestyle.
It's the simple things that really count out here. Spending time with your family and friends. Having a cup of coffee outside, listening to the birds song before you start work in the morning.
We dream of one day buying a house here ourselves, so I always keep a keen eye on the ups and downs of the Aussie property market. And I'm putting that inside knowledge to good use, helping British families make the move down under.
This week I'm in family-friendly Adelaide with a budget of £310,000 to find the best of both city and surf.
Coventry couple Lisa and Jason Dancer were fed up with family life in the UK. So with their 4 young kids, they've taken a huge leap into the unknown and up sticks to the other side of the world.
I saw something in the local paper that got an advert for an exhibition on different countries to emigrate to. We'd never been to Australia before, didn't know anybody, didn't have a job, didn't have a house.
We thought Australia would be a much better place to bring the children up. Quite a few of our friends thought we were crazy coming out with the kids in tow and nowhere to live, but we just decided to go for it.
Back in the UK, Lisa worked nights in a call centre to help make ends meet. But since coming to Oz, she's been able to give up work to concentrate on being a full-time mum.
We didn't have much family time together. I would work during the week, Lisa would work at the weekends. And so while the children were always with one of us, it wasn't really that much as a family, which we've managed to get here, which is good.
The dancers have ignored the bright lights of Sydney and Melbourne and plumped for family-friendly Adelaide. With the beach in the west and the hills in the east, the city's blessed with a balmy Mediterranean climate. And if, like me, you're rather partial to a nice glass of Shiraz, you'll be right at home. Over half the country's wine is produced here.
Adelaide is known as Australia's fruit and veggie basket, and coming here, not difficult to see why. There is fantastic produce. It's all grown locally, all come out of the Adelaide Hills.
And when it comes to finding a property, you'll be spoilt for choice. If cool cafes and bars are your thing, my advice, head for up-and-coming Mawson Lakes.